Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Carson and this is my first vlog for the month of March. Sorry about the lighting, it's bad. I know, I don't feel like moving my camera. So far, it is March 3rd. I brought home my file folder full of things for me to grade. So student teaching's going well. I have had a couple of observations. They've gone okay. My kids are warming up to me. They're getting used to me. Kids today, for some reason, were very complimentary. They said they really enjoyed my assignments. They enjoyed getting to put their own personality and spin on things, which was really exciting for me. One of my kids who's like, there's no bad kids. There really isn't. If you work with kids, then you understand what I mean. But none of my kids are bad. But I have kids who are more motivated and less motivated. So one of my less motivated kids today came up to me and said, like, Miss, you're a really good teacher. And that meant a lot to me. So yeah, student teaching's going okay. I just finished today rereading the beginning of my college romance book. And I'm excited to continue writing that. Like, I'm gonna wrap up this video quick because I'm gonna go write, which I haven't been able to say for a while, so I'm really excited to get to say it. I'm really excited to go get to do it. So that's what's going on with writing. In terms of reading, I have already finished 3 books. Audiobooks are my friend, and also one night I went through and I put holds on basically all of my TBR books that were audiobooks, and now they're all like coming in. So I read The Bear and the Nightingale, which was really good. It was not what I expected. I expected it to be more of an adventure. It's been a while since I've heard anything about it, so that's totally my bad because it's not really an adventure, but it is full of all of this Russian folklore, and it's got this like warm feeling to it. It was really good, and I'm excited to pick up the other books. While I was reading it, it made me think of Naomi Novik, her work, her Uprooted and Spinning Silver, those books. So if you're a fan of those, or if you're a fan of this, check out the opposite. I read Bombshell by Sarah McLean. I think I've read everything she's written, so obviously had to pick this up. It is a story about a Victorian Regency era free woman and the man that she falls in love with. It was good. It was good. I like Sarah McLean's writing. I think she writes really good books. I have a very sexist comment to make. And it's that I think I prefer, especially with like Regency books, I just prefer the like innocent girl who's just trying to make it in life and accidentally stumbles into a romance. And like, this was not that book. This book, she knew she was kicking ass and taking names. That's like not, it wasn't what I was looking for, but it was good. It was good. Don't regret reading it. Moving on. And then today I finished Understanding Rigor in the Classroom. Rigor and grit are 2 education words that people throw around and nobody really knows what they mean. And after reading this very short book, I can also say that I don't know what they mean. Rigor just seems like increasing the challenges for your kids, which I already challenged my kids plenty. If I told them I was reading a book about challenging them more so, I think I might have a riot on my hands. But I did get a lot of good ideas for units that I'm doing right now specifically, and things I can do with my kids right now. So I was glad to have read this. Finally, it's been on my TBR for a while, and I have been like at chapter 2 forever. So I just picked this up today during school and finished it off. Yeah, so that's what's going on with writing. That's what's going on with reading in terms of my personal life. My fiance and I are trying to plan our wedding again. It's not really always something. I don't know, I guess some people enjoy it. I hate planning a wedding, and I don't think he really enjoys it either, so it's kind of a chore for us. But it is what it is, right? My family's gonna come over this weekend to celebrate my grandma, so we're making her a pie. Oh my God, it's horrible. That made it sound like my grandma is alive. My grandma passed away this summer. So we're celebrating her birthday, but she's not here. Like, we're celebrating her memory. I just realized how, like, I totally made it sound like she would also be there celebrating herself, and that's not the case. She'll be there in spirit. So we're doing that this weekend. It's Thursday. I have no school tomorrow because it's a PD day. So I have school, but I don't have like teaching to do, which is nice because I didn't realize how emotionally draining teaching was until I actually did it, because there are little people, and they're not little people, they're 17 and 18, but they stare at you all day. Like, all day there are people in the room with you, watching you, waiting for you to say something because you're the authority figure, and like, that's not a position I've ever been in before. So it is definitely taxing, and I'm glad to have a little bit of a break from that. I'm gonna go write because as I was rereading my book, which I'll give an update on how I liked taking notes on my iPad. I'll do a video on that. But rereading the beginning of my rom-com romance, college romance, it's bad. Like, the tropes are there. It's insta-lovey. But also it's so good. Like, it's so addicting in that bad romance smut kind of way. If you like reading those books, it's just addicting. So I can't wait to continue the story because I actually ended up really enjoying the story. Hello friends, so another March update. It is March 5th. Things are going well. Actually, no, it's March 6th. It's March 6th. Things are going good. I have read 6 books already in March, so a book a day. Been going pretty good with that. 5 of those books are physical, so really happy with that. I've been trying to work my way through my physical TBR. I have worked out every single day of March, which is my goal, to keep going with that. At least a half-hour workout every day, just to give myself that time to feel better, take care of myself. But things are going well. I have started writing, not a lot, but I've definitely almost 1,000 words in Mary and Declan, my romance, and I'm really loving it. I'm loving getting back into writing, and I'm realizing now how much I missed it, but more importantly, I'm realizing how much it matters to form a writing routine. So that's what I'll be working on in the next week or so as I vlog, just coming up with a set time for me to write, a set place that I write, just having that sort of structure. So it doesn't have to be that way every day, it doesn't have to be that time or that place, but giving myself that as like a fallback to remember that I always have that place, I always have that time. That's my writing time. That's what I've given myself, and it won't be the same every day. And my goal isn't even necessarily to write every day, it's just to continue writing. So I hope that I can finish Mary and Declan in the month. That may not be possible, that may not happen, but that is my goal, to finish it by the end of March. At this point I have like 12,000 words, and I'm hoping that it's not going to be more than like 50,000. I tend to be an overwriter, but in terms of my romance novels, I'm trying to underwrite them, just because A, I don't know if I'm going to do anything with them eventually, and B, I am pantsing them, so if I were just like throwing words at the screen, it would get all kinds of chaotic. And I know myself, as soon as I start overwriting something that I'm pantsing, I don't end up finishing it, because it's so chaotic that by the time I get to a place where I'm like so overwhelmed with the project, there is no plot anymore, or there's not a stable plot, and there's nothing for me to anchor myself in, and so I end up just kind of like giving up. So trying not to do that this time. Today is Sunday. My mom and a few family friends are coming over so we can celebrate my grandma, celebrate her birthday, and eat some pie in her memory. So I'm going to go. I'm going to keep cleaning and setting up for that, and I will update you guys later tonight as I get ready for work tomorrow and hopefully get some words in. So ignore my unmade bed behind me and my just got out of the shower hair, but I wanted to tell you guys about a breakthrough that I had today at the shower, which is where everyone does their best thinking, right? We're all shower thinkers. So I was thinking about doing a video on motivation because I find character motivation pretty hard to write. It's not something that comes naturally to me unless it's like the first thing that I think of. So if the first thing I think of for a character is their motivation, like why they're doing whatever they're doing, then obviously it's pretty strong and it sticks in my head. If I don't think of it right away, then like I generally end up sticking them with a sort of wishy-washy motivation because I don't have one immediately in mind. I can't think of one, and it's like, it's not the worst thing, but it's not the best. So for my book Might, Hemming is my main character, and he like really doesn't have a motivation. I have given him a couple motivations, his family, other things, but they don't really fit him because he's sort of like he's super emotionally closed off. He's like super just to himself, by himself, doesn't really care about other people. So him being motivated by his family isn't really, it's not a good motivation. So I was thinking about doing a video about motivation and like looking at different sources for how to find motivation and trying to find a motivation for Hemming. And then I was thinking like, what is a motivation at the core of it? And it's what a character wants. And then I was like, what does Hemming want? Hemming wants to be left alone. He wants people to stop asking him questions. He wants people to stop coming to him. He wants to not be king. He wants to be left alone. In my story, in Might, he moves out of like the Great Hall where his father lived and all of the other rulers before him. Like he moves out and moves into his own place. He wants to be left alone. So his motivation for going on an adventure and leaving his village and leaving his people is to escape them. And then I was thinking, why would he want to escape them? What is it that they're doing that is making him all of a sudden feel the need to essentially run away right now? And I came up with this idea. Now keep in mind it's pretty late at night, as you can see by the light of my camera going like in and out. So this could very well be a horrible idea, and tomorrow morning I'll be like, I don't even know what you were thinking with that. But I came up with the idea that they want Hemming to get married. And like all of the ladies are going after him and all of the mothers are trying to set up their daughters with him, and he is just taking any excuse he can to not be home because he doesn't want to be hounded by women trying to get him to get married. And I don't know, it felt really good. I was in the shower, came up with this idea. I literally screamed for Andrew to come, and he runs in, he's like, oh my God, are you okay? Are you okay? Did something happen? Did you fall? And I was like, no, I need you to write down that they want Hemming to get married. And there's like silence behind the shower curtain. And then he says, okay, and he leaves, he closes the door. And then I get out of the shower. I brush my teeth, I get dressed, I'm coming in here to brush my hair. And he comes up to me and he goes, oh my God, they want Hemming to get married. And I'm like, I know, I get it. I'm sorry I screamed for you. Sorry I scared you. It's a tad dramatic. I just really didn't want to forget it. No updates on the forming a writing habit front, but we are gonna work on it starting tomorrow. I've decided. We'll work on it starting tomorrow. So I'm rereading A Court of Thorns and Roses because I just want to reread the whole series. It's been a very long time since I read them. I read A Court of Silver Flames when it came out, but I haven't read the other ones since they came out, I guess. But I'm rereading it, and spoilers if you haven't read the series. If you haven't read the series, click away. Don't watch this part of the video. But they talk about Rhysand and Feyre and Tamlin and the whole like love triangle situation. If you know, you know. And I'm always just amazed by Sarah J. Maas and the way that she like foreshadows things and gives clues to things. It's so skillful. I'm always impressed every time because it was phenomenal in this book. And the way, like, once you know that, again, spoilers, once you know that Rhysand is Feyre's mate, like hearing him scream her name at the end and the way that he interacts with her and everything, like, it's just all so well done. I'm just impressed by it. And she does the same thing in Throne of Glass, having all of this foreshadowing, and Aelin suddenly reveals something that nobody knew about, but once we know about it, it makes total and complete sense. So wanted to give a shout out to Sarah J. Maas, even though she doesn't watch this, but like, I wish I could do this with my writing. It's always a goal of mine to kind of have an element of this, like, that the reader is shocked by what's going on, even though the characters aren't shocked, and that, like, that situation, so good, so good. I haven't read any of Crescent City yet. It came out and, like, it wasn't my thing. I have Crescent City, the first one, House of, what is it? Earth and Blood. You're sitting on my TBR shelf. So maybe I'll get to those soon. Hey guys. So I was determined this week. I was like, I'm going to have, oh my God, don't look the rat's nest. I was like, I'm gonna have main character energy. I'm channeling Hannah from Hook, Line, and Sinker. I'm gonna go into this week. I'm gonna crush it. I'm gonna get everything I need to get done. And like, that didn't happen. So, spoiler alert, it didn't happen. And I just feel like I'm slogging through stuff. Writing, I haven't been doing that. I am going to write tonight though. I'm pretty determined. I'm pretty excited about it. However, I blame one thing most about like the slogging in my personal life. In terms of student teaching, I'm doing great. I caught up on all of my grading, which was a butt ton. But it's all caught up on, except for my period 4 class, but their class has been interrupted so many times over the last couple of weeks that I'm not even sure what we covered in class or what they did, but they completed. So we're going to have a conversation about it on Monday in terms of what they want me to look at, what they want me to grade, and what we just kind of want to let rest and move on from. So, but everything else is graded. I'm doing great. But the one thing that I've just been stuck on and like cannot get past is I've been reading this book, and I know because I got it on, I got it from my library on a digital copy. I have been reading this book for over 3 weeks, and I am 30% of the way through, and like, I just don't want to read it anymore. I have no interest in it. It's not holding my attention. To be honest, I'm feeling like this whole series is just the same plot over and over again. Like they're walking through the same place. People have issues with Poppy for the same reasons. And it's like, this is the 3rd book and nothing new has really happened. So why am I still reading it? which sucks because I also have the first one in the other series and I saw that that's not good, or it's just a copy of From Blood and Ash, so I don't know. I don't know what to do about those. I don't know if I should keep pushing through it or I should move on and then come back to it if I feel like coming back to it. But it's like I've been reading, I'm looking at the books that I've finished. Like this month I read The Family by Naomi Krupitsky. It was phenomenal, book of the month. Damnation Spring by Ash Davidson. I really enjoyed it. I reread A Court of Thorns and Roses, which if you know, just makes me want to read the entire series. I read Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse. Great. I read The Woman They Could Not Silence, nonfiction by Kate Moore. I've been reading it for months, but I finally finished it and it was great. She wrote the Radium Girls. I read The Song of Achilles. Was great. I think it didn't have the emotional impact it had on other people because I know how the story ends because I read the Iliad. But it was still good. It was still good. I still enjoyed myself. I read 2 nonfiction books for school. Both of those I found good information in. I read A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. Really, really enjoyed that one. Didn't think I was going to, although I feel that way when I go into all of her books. Like I'm kind of on the fence of whether or not I'm going to enjoy it. Really, really loved it. And then the most recent thing I read that's making it really hard to get through this book is the Bromance Book Club, which was phenomenal. I want to know what that genre of books is called because, like, is it second chance romance? I don't think I would call it second chance romance because second chance romance is like when people break up and then like a while later they get back together, but it's not really, that's not the case. They're like married and having marital issues. It's the same thing that happens with Lover and Loser by Tessa Bailey. That type of situation, really, really enjoy. There's also one by Chloe Leese or Chloe Lisi. One of her books has that where like they're married and their marriage is struggling and they have to like fix their relationship. Really, really enjoy that trope. So yeah, I'm not feeling, I don't even know what the name of the book is. Crown of Gilded something. And I don't want to read it anymore. Hey guys, so I'm feeling max amount of stress right now. Student teaching is kicking my butt. And so naturally, I'm just reading a lot to procrastinate the things I actually have to do and distract myself from the crippling sadness I feel whenever I have to look at or think about anything related to edTPA. So I read, what's it called? The Bromance Book Club. For some reason I always want to say something about, I don't know. Anyway, I read the Bromance Book Club and naturally, since I liked it, I ordered every other book in the series. The last one is coming in later tonight. So I just got my Amazon package and I'm very, very excited for new romance books to take my mind off of what I should actually be doing. Hey guys, so I look like a total crazy person because I just got out of the shower, which is kind of always how I'm vlogging. But focus. So I am doing good on my writing. Am I going to hit 50,000 words and finish the story in March? No way. There's like literally no possible way, but I am doing good and I just finished what I have is like Act 1 and it's kind of already like, it was already planned out for me, so I just finished it, which means that tomorrow, because it's like past 10 o'clock on Tuesday night, means tomorrow I need to find where I planned out the rest of the story. That's kind of all I've been doing. The next vlog is going to be the next 2 days that I took off to work on edTPA. So it'll be kind of like just a 2-day vlog of me basically doing schoolwork. But I'm gonna end this video here so I can do that tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you saw and you want to see more from me, please subscribe down below. I would love to have you guys here. I make writing, reading, student teaching, edTPA teacher content here, and it's always chaotic, but I always have a blast. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.